It's been a very long season for the Las Vegas Raiders going into this 2024 season. Now they're currently looking to lock a pick in the 2025 NFL Draft. Despite that, Tom Telesco comes in and try to revamp this roster. AP coming in as a new coach, but the Raiders are still one of the worst teams in the NFL. We have a lot of uncertainty over there at the quarterback position, and now we don't have an offensive coordinator coming off the bye week because we did get rid of Luke Getsy before the bye week even happened. And this will be the second year for the Las Vegas Raiders that fired a OC in the middle of the year. We did Mick Lombardi last year and Luke Getsy this year. So now let's look into who could be the offensive coordinator next year going in, whatever quarterback that we have. So we have three head coaches that's on the hot seat right now that could possibly be the offensive coordinator for the Las Vegas Raiders. What is going on, guys? What is going on? It is your boy Darian coming to you live with another video. It is the Nothing But Raider podcast. Shout out to all the subscribers that have subscribed to the YouTube page. And this is your first time ever being at the YouTube page, we highly suggest that you subscribe and hit the bell button, especially if you are a Las Vegas Raiders fan, because you don't want to miss any rumors, news, play-by-plays, live streams right here on Nothing But Raider podcast. But let's get into this video. And the first coach that we have that's a head coach on the hot seat that possibly could be an offensive coordinator for the Las Vegas Raiders is Cleveland Browns head coach Kevin Stefanski. Kevin Stefanski has been the head coach for the Cleveland Browns since the 2020 season, and he has done some nice things in that role. The problem is that the Browns are gambling on Deshaun Watson as their franchise quarterback. That has not paid off, and that usually means a change is coming across the organization very soon. Stefanski spent a lot of time in Minnesota in numerous roles, including working with the tight ends and quarterbacks. Las Vegas has an elite young tight end in Brock Bowers, while the quarterback position is still up in the air going into next season. Stefanski was a twice named the AP NFL Coach of the Year during his time with the Browns, and at the time he could be coming to an end very soon. The team may move into a new direction with a new quarterback and head coach next season, and he will be a demand to take over an offensive coordinator duties somewhere else. And the second head coach that's on the hot seat right now that could possibly be the Las Vegas Raiders offensive coordinator next season, and that's Jaguars head coach Doug Peterson. The Jacksonville Jaguars were supposed to have their franchise quarterback for a very long time in Trevor Lawrence, but his play on the field has diminished in recent years. The Jaguars have struggled to play consistent football throughout, and many feel that Doug Peterson could be on his way out. Peterson took over as the head coach for the Jacksonville Jaguars back in 2022 after winning the Super Bowl as a head coach for the Philadelphia Eagles in his previous stint. That year, he had to replace Carson Wentz due to an injury down the stretch. He was able to reach a pinnacle of the NFL with quarterback Nick Foles at the helm. In 2024, the Jaguars have gotten out to a 2-8 start after finishing over 500 in the previous two seasons. Peterson had held many roles as a coach during his NFL career as a former player, and so he has a ton of experience not only play calling, but also as a coach in running an offense as an NFL quarterback. Doug Peterson is another guy who will be a high demand as an offensive coordinator if he does get the axe from the Jaguars. It may be more interesting in finding another head coaching job. However, there is a lot of young talent to work with this Raiders offense, and he does have experience in the AFC West as serving the Kansas City offensive coordinator from 2023 to 2015 NFL season. And the last coach that we got on this list that's probably on the hot seat and possibly could be the offensive coordinator for the Las Vegas Raiders is Giants head coach Brian Daboll. When the New York Giants hired Brian Daboll to be their next head coach, he was one of more sought-after young coordinators in the game. Brian Daboll helped turn Josh Allen into a star, turning his time in Buffalo with the Bills, and was tasked to trying to turn around a career of Daniel Jones once he landed in New York. Unfortunately for Brian Daboll, Daniel Jones is just not a good NFL quarterback. It will be better suited as a backup somewhere. After stumbling through a 17-26-1 record as a head coach of the Giants, he is the guy who certainly is on the hot seat and could resurrect his career and his reputation in the desert. The Giants are going to finish as one of the worst records in football in 2024, so the Giants could give him another shot to succeed with a new quarterback next season. However, this fan base is sick of losing, and when you struggle under the bright lights of New York City, there's going to be some serious repercussions. Brian Daboll is an outstanding offensive mind who will come in and really will lead a young quarterback in Las Vegas. The Raiders should do everything they can to get one of the premier quarterbacks in this year's draft class, and that may not be a better option in offensive coordinator to help get players' careers started off on the right foot. Raider Nation, I like these three coaches right here as an offensive coordinator for the Las Vegas Raiders going into next season. And I'm going to be completely honest with you. You got Kevin Stefanski as a two-time NFL Coach of the Year. You have Doug Peterson as a Super Bowl winning coach. And you have Brian Daboll that made Josh Allen a star before he left to go to the New York Giants. Now, in their situations, we all know Deshaun Watson is not great in Cleveland. We all know that Daniel Jones is not great in New York. And right now, Trevor Lawrence is not playing up to his potential at all either. So these coaches can be fired during Black Friday or Black Monday or whatever you want to call it. But I like these three coaches, and I think they are three solidified coaches that can actually come in and help this offense depending on what we get in the draft or where we are in the draft and what quarterback we get out the draft. So me personally, I like Kevin Stefanski, I like Doug Peterson, I like Brian Daboll. They all have been successful as far as offensive minds in this league. They're just not being successful right now. That doesn't mean they're not going to be successful here with the Las Vegas Raiders. So Raider Nation, how do you feel about these three head coaches right now that's on the hot seat that could possibly be offensive coordinators next season for the Las Vegas Raiders? Let me know in the comments below. Make sure you comment, like, and subscribe to the channel. It is the Nothing But Raider podcast, and I'll see you in the next live stream or in the next video. Peace.